Alright, today I'm going to go over my current pre workout selection and do a taste test of each. These are from oh fuck, various different brands of pre workout. And pre workout, if you're not familiar, is a supplement that will help you push through your workouts. And typically, pre workouts have a lot of caffeine in it. And depending on your tolerance, you might want to start off with a pre workout with less caffeine. But as you work out more and get more intense with your workouts, especially weight training, you're gonna want to get a higher stim pre workout. Now, I got lucky. I scored these pre workouts at a store, at a wholesale store. I'm not gonna say where because I don't want to burn it out because it's currently my hookup. But typically, these pre workouts go for like $30 to $50 retail. Especially this one. This one goes for like 55. But I got these for about $20 each, which is a great deal. Um, and this is a creatine. Creatine. I think I made a video on creatine. Maybe not, but maybe I will. Anyways, you know what pre-workout is. I'm not gonna go through it. If you're working out, you should know what it is. But we're gonna do taste testing. This is the C4 Ultimate Pre-Workout Pomegranate Pile Driver flavor. This has 300 milligrams of caffeine per scoop. Now, because I'm doing a taste test, I'm not gonna do a full scoop because I'm gonna die if I do that. So I'm just gonna do a little bit and just give you my reaction of each. Typically low stim pre-workout. Low stim. These are all high stim, by the way. Low stim is like 150 milligrams, which is about 2 cups of coffee. But I have a very high tolerance of caffeine, so I go for the around the 300 and up range. But this one's 200, but the other ones, these two are 300. I typically stick to the 300. But with this one, that's 200, I'm probably going to do 1.5 scoops when I work out with it. Let's go ahead and give this a taste test. Oh my god. That powder. Alright, so this is a scoop. There you go. That's the powder. I'm doing like that much. Boom. Maybe a little less. All right. You got your cup right here. Bam. That's the powder. Alright. Then, go ahead and boom. Put the water in there. Alright, that's enough water. Give it a stir. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Alright. It's a pretty cool color. It's very pinkish red. So this is the C4 Pomegranate Power Driver. WWE label. Where's the cap? Okay. Let's give it a try. That tastes really good. That tastes like a fruit drink. What's crazy about these pre-workouts is the good ones, the ones that taste good, like this one. These taste good enough that if you put a shot of vodka in it, it won't be that bad. I mean, taste wise, it might be bad, like the effects on your body because you're mixing pre workout and vodka. But taste wise, if there was a mixer, like an alcoholic mixer that tastes like this, it wouldn't be a bad idea. Alright, this, if you're curious and you want to consider getting the C4 pomegranate power driver, I'm gonna give the taste a solid 8 out of 10. That's good. Alright, gotta go on to the next one. Oh yeah, this is gonna double as a pre-workout taste, but also a fitness progression, a fitness update. So in my last video, I made a workout routine for the recession that is occurring in 2025. It was a very simple workout plan. If you haven't seen it, check out my channel. It is the video before this one. I go over my current workout routine that is purely body weight and a little bit of cardio, with some just simple daily goals that one should meet if they want to stay fit. And it's designed in a way where most people could do it. You know, it's not too intensive. But to give updates, I've been following that routine of just doing 4K steps a day or more. Minimum 4K with some 100 push-ups, 100 body squats, 100 pull-ups, and just overall just stretching and doing some mental exercises and things like that. And I've been progressing pretty well. I think my body feels very good. I've been dieting pretty consistently, tracking my calories, and I've been noticing a physical difference in how I feel. And I think I'm making good progress. Eventually, I will be filming a lot more exercising content, and showing off my actual physical. God damn, this pre-workout. All right. So my actual physical transformation. You know, when you're exercising, transforming your body takes a long time. It doesn't happen within a week. So I wish I could make content on my physical changes weekly, but it's so subtle that it would be not that effective in the visual. So I think maybe every 30 days I'll make physique progress. My last physique progress, where I take off my shirt and show you how fat I am, that was probably like, I don't know, maybe 2-3 weeks ago. So yeah, I'll probably update you guys on that soon. But anyways, let's go on to the next pre-workout. This is the what is this? Bum? Is that how you say it? Bum. I'm not too familiar with I'm not too familiar with this brand. This is my first time buying it, but it was on sale. It was such a good deal, I couldn't pass it up. And sour watermelon sounded good. But this is from the Raw company. It's called Raw Essential Pre-Workout. It's a sour watermelon. It has 200 milligrams of caffeine. Now, hold on. Before I continue, every pre-workout has their own proprietary mix of things they use for their supplement. I don't want to list everything in this video because it's just going to be too long. That's why I'm just focusing on the caffeine. But pre-workout, what makes a good pre-workout isn't just the caffeine. There's a lot of other ingredients that are included and excluded that makes up what is deemed a good pre-workout or a bad pre-workout. I don't want to go in too deep with it because it's just too much information in one video, and I'm not that smart in terms of talking about ingredients. But what I can say is that what you don't want in a pre-workout is sugar. And you might be surprised, but I did discover some pre-workout has sugar in it. And you should avoid those at all costs, because the purpose of a pre-workout is to intensify your workout and still be healthy. So what you're looking for is a 0-calorie pre-workout with a decent amount of caffeine and different nootropics that will make you feel good mentally and physically in the gym. I'm going to leave it there. I'm not going to talk about ingredients anymore. So let's go. First of all, this smells great. I don't know what it is, but this smells like cake. This smells like it smells like cupcake mix, you know? And by the way, all these pre-workouts are 0 calorie, as they should be. Alright, so this is the powder. Look at that scoop. Whoa. Whoa. Alright, we're gonna do a little bit. And if you're watching this video because you typed in pre-workout on YouTube and you found my face and you're not familiar with how to use pre-workout, I would advise you to don't overdo pre-workout because you could die. Yes, I know that sounds too far-fetched, but and too crazy. But you got to be careful because you are literally working with caffeine powder essentially. So if you don't know what you're doing and you're just like you just want to be funny for TikTok or something and you end up putting scoops and scoops in your cup, there's a decent chance you're going to die. Stick to 1 scoop or less if you're not familiar with your body and if you don't have a tolerance with caffeine, because if you're not careful, you could easily overdose on caffeine and end up in the ER. And I'm not saying that from experience, luckily, because I've never overdosed on caffeine to the point where I had a health scare. Yeah, so this is the caffeine. I put a little bit more powder in this one, so I'm adding more water. Now, as I'm doing this, I am keeping a mental note of how much caffeine I'm intaking. Like, the first scoop was very little. It was probably like 80 milligrams of caffeine. This one was a little bit more, so it was probably 100. And then the last one I'm going to just finish it off and go to the 100. So I'll do like a third of a scoop. So, yeah, I am keeping track of how much caffeine I'm taking in. Alright, so this is the sour watermelon. You know, even though this scoop had more powder than the last one, because the amount of caffeine per scoop is actually less, this might actually have less caffeine than the last serving that I tested, just because the potency in caffeine is less. So let's do a taste test of this one. This one's not bad. Okay. This one tastes a lot more like candy. This one tastes like candy, in a good way. But I think this one tastes more like an actual juice that you would drink recreationally. This one has a creamier taste. I have to say, both are pretty good. I like both. But I think this one has a slightly better flavor. And this one has more caffeine per scoop. This flavor is pretty good. This one. But I think for value of money, it might have to go to this one so far. Alright. I think I'm feeling pretty stimulated. I'm not editing this video. This is going to be a long video. I had absolutely no coffee today. So this is my first dose of caffeine today, and it's 1:15 p.m. So I held off on caffeine for a while. Usually I have it right when I wake up. But today I held it off just for this video. Yeah, this isn't bad, but it does taste a little bit. There's a sort of a aftertaste, and it tastes artificial. But as a pre-workout, it's pretty good. Um, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, let's talk about fitness and the recession. I don't know what's going on, but I don't know about you. I'm not sure the type of audience that my channel attracts, but because I've been making such a scattered, um broad, I guess, collection of videos about many different things, about technology, about the job market, and about fitness. I'm bringing in like random people from different demographics, and it might be hindering my channel. I don't know, um, but whatever. Um, so yeah, I don't know. The job market is weird. Uh, if you don't know, I don't even know what I am anymore. I was a web developer, but I don't even know if I could call myself that anymore. Um, I get paid to maintain and update websites, but I don't even feel like that title applies to me anymore. Um, there's something really weird going on with the job market. Uh, right now, companies that I work for only want contracting. So it sucks because you're just contracting and everything's temporary and everything's uncertain. But I found that a lot of jobs right now are approaching um, getting things done this way because of, I guess, the uncertainty in the economy. But on top of that, outside of the scope of the industry that I work in, um, people are just getting let go, and there are union strikes, there are protests, and there are professionals that are white collar professionals are lining up for job fairs, and you typically wouldn't see these people lining up for job fairs like this, but this is what's going on. Um, so yeah, just a little bit of a peek in my private personal life. Um, because of all the chaos happening in the industry, which I thought I was going to thrive at, I am going to put my focus in staying healthy. And I'm very, very passionate and serious about these things. Um, and um, yeah, I think being fit is important during times of, uncertainty and you know, if you're I think fitness solves all problems or most problems. Coding, let me take a sip of my pre-workout. This video is gonna be weird. All right. In the 2010s, there was the whole learn to code movement, and it attracted a lot of people to learn to code. At the time, I was in my teens. Oh Jesus. For most of the 2010s, I was a teenager, you know, um, and I learned to code, and I was enjoying it, and getting a job was easy. So, because I was an introverted kid and I like computers, I figured, hey, this is my calling. I'm gonna learn how to build really cool web apps. I'm gonna be, passionate about this and push through, and I did. And things were going great until blah blah blah. Many years later, my camera's not focusing. Many years later, here I am. I'm supposed to be. I mean, no one's supposed to be anything, to be honest with you. Um, but I guess technically speaking, I'm supposed to be pretty high up in my career ladder, but I am at zero because I'm a contractor, because the industry is basically on fire, and a lot of people are doubtful about the integrity of their degree and their skills. And I think everyone's just looking around, questioning what the hell is going on, including myself. But while I question what's going on and what I should do, questioning whether I should have started a rock band when I was 18, or pursued my electronic production career, whatever. As I'm having a early life crisis, I will focus on getting really, really fit and documenting it here on my YouTube channel, as I also document things I'm interested in. So that's what's going on. But anyways, I encourage you guys to watch my previous video on my current simple workout routine, because if you don't know, my gym is closed for a temporary amount of time, and I have to navigate these next 3 weeks without a gym. So that's why I'm doing the 4K steps and stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna down this pre-workout. Now, I have not done my workout yet. I'm supposed to do that every morning when I wake up, but I did not do that because I procrastinated. But we're gonna get there after I finish this last test. Okay, so this is Stim Daddy. This is also my first time buying this brand. This is the most expensive one of the batch. This goes for like $55, but I got it for 20. This is the blue raspberry flavor. Blue raspberry. Wow. All right. This has this only has 200 milligrams of caffeine. I thought it had more. I thought this was a 300. Am I reading this wrong? Hold on. Let's be sure. Okay. So it has to. Oh, Jesus. You know, there should be a law where they just put like a big red label telling you exactly how much caffeine this has. Because sometimes the caffeine list isn't as clear as you might think. Alright, this says 200. Caffeine anhydrous. 200 milligrams. Yeah, alright, so it's 200. Now, this one smells the most chemically. It smells like this was made in a weird lab. Why did I say lab? Oh, I'm so stupid. Yeah, it's 200 milligrams. Look. Right here. 200 milligrams of caffeine. Yeah. What's cool about this is the powder. I'm not sure if you can see this, but the powder has specks of blue in it. Honestly, this looks like laundry detergent. And it kind of smells like it too. But yeah, let's give it a try. Alright, so I probably had like 180 milligrams of caffeine so far. Not too much, not too dangerous. You know, we're responsible here. I'm gonna do half a scoop. So since it's one scoop is 200 milligrams, half a scoop would be 100. So it's not that, for me it's not that much. For you it might be everything though. So that's how much I'm doing. And this is the cup. Boom, right there. I'll tell you what though. Contracting sucks because the pay is inconsistent and you get no benefits and no career um guidance at all. You're on your own. But the beauty is that they cannot force you to work at any time. So they could give you a project, and if you want to make a 30-minute video talking about pre-workout, you could do that. Because that's what I'm doing right now. Alright, this is the last test. Oh, I wish I had more water. I ran out of water. Yeah, let's start. Start. Alright. You know, I hope I didn't mix up the scoops. Hold on. Let's close this. Let's close these pre-workouts. Alright, hold on. Before I do this, the last one I have is creatine. I'm not going to do a taste test on this because it's just creatine. There's no taste. And typically I take this after my first meal. So I'm not going to do anything with this. But I do want to just show you that this is part of my supplement stack is creatine. Creatine is very important. I think everyone should take it. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do my workout after this video. Alright, this is, you know, I think the pre-workout with the coolest looking color was the C4. This one had like a cocktail mix look to it. And then these all had just like this foggy white hue to it. Like, this doesn't really look that appetizing, to be honest. It looks like detergent. So, whatever. Whoa. Alright. So, taste-wise... Oh, I forgot to rate the other one. Well, let's go back to the other one. I rate this one a 7. Okay. And then I rated this one an 8. This one... This is very sour, but I like it. It's pretty good. Maybe it's a little too sour, but also I ran out of water, so that might be my fault. This tastes like a Sour Patch Kid. If you're into that, it tastes like those Airheads. Definitely a sour candy flavor. Ooh, I like that a lot, actually. I'm gonna give this one, taste-wise, a 7.5. But I think the best tasting one would have to be the C4 Pomegranate Pile Driver. Taste-wise, this is it. But these two aren't bad at all. And I think it's good to have options, and depending on the day and how I'm feeling, I will choose the flavor that I would like. But if I had to choose one of the flavors, it would be this one. You know, I think C4, it makes sense. C4 has been around for a long time. So I think they probably have more experience in creating their supplements. And these are sort of like the new guys, I believe. I might be wrong. But these are the new up and coming brands. And they're still figuring their stuff out. But they have it pretty good. But C4 is like, you know, they're sort of grandfathered into the supplement industry. Which kind of explains why they're able to get the WWE license. It's like they have money. But yeah, that concludes my current pre-workout stack. This is probably going to last me for the remainder of 2025, I hope. But pre-workout is a big part of my fitness journey. I've been using pre-workout since I was like 20, and ever since then, I've been taking it consistently. I jump on and off to regulate my caffeine tolerance, and I never ever go above 350. Rarely. Um, so yeah, as long as you keep your caffeine intake in check and stay healthy, um, it could be a really good benefit in using and incorporating pre-workout in your lifestyle. All right, I'm not gonna lie. I'm feeling pretty stimulated. I gotta check my phone. I've been talking for 30 minutes. I think people are texting me. I think my girlfriend's texting me. You know, typically, I try to keep my videos only 15 minutes long, around there. But I think once in a while, I'll just keep, I'll just do one video where I just keep talking and I don't stop. And there are no edits. Give me a second. This is a candid video right here. You're getting an insight into real life. None of this overly produced garbage flooding the internet. Okay. Now that I'm stimulated, I am going to put on my shoes. I'm going to do 4,000 steps. I'm going to come back here, do 100 push-ups, 100 pull-ups, and 100 body squats, stretch and meditate for 5 minutes, and then that will conclude my daily workout. And I hope that inspires anyone out there to get moving. A lot of this goes back to the job market. A lot of people, when they lose their job or they are in financial despair, they just sit on the couch and don't do anything. But it's the opportunity to do something that you weren't able to do before. Think about it. If you had, or when you had a full-time job, you couldn't do push-ups at 2 p.m. if you were in the office. You couldn't go jog a mile, in the afternoon because, your job needed you to be available. But if you're in between work or you were laid off by USPS or something, hey, now's the time, right? You could go do some stuff. All right. Yeah, that's for the doubters out there. I remember I had a video that I filmed like a while ago about, like my struggles in work, and there was a comment saying, "Oh, this dude, look at him, he looks pathetic. He's fucking fat." I'm like, of course. I didn't take it to heart, but it was it's the internet. You never know who's commenting, but it's like, I don't know. When I go to the gym, I'm like on the other side of the spectrum. I'm like more of the muscular build. Like when I go to the gym in real life, if they had to split the room into who's more like scrawny or chubby and who's like more like buff and muscular, they're gonna put me on the muscular side. But on the internet, some dude just calls you like unathletic and fat. And then, I don't know. It's just funny. It's like you probably wouldn't say that if you saw me at the gym. Oh, what the hell? Okay, sorry, something happened. Anyways, trying to get leaner. And yeah, I've never had visible abs before. No, that's a lie. I had visible abs, but I've never had like fully defined six-pack abs. And maybe having six-pack abs during a recession would be pretty amusing. All right, I'm done talking.